So I was browsing the internet looking for some new manga to read, and I came across a rather interesting cover page for a manga that sparked the idea for this video. Now before I actually get into what this manga is about, what do you guys think that this manga is about after looking at the cover page? A standard romance manga maybe? Absolutely the hell not. This, my friends, is Ashigei Shoujo Komura-san, a romance manga that is essentially about a romance of the foot fetish kind. Hey guys, it's mrmiraie and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a manga that has taken a rather interesting take on the romance genre in a video series that I'll be calling Weird Manga. I know, a very original and professional name for a video series. Anyway, if this is the first time watching one of my videos, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now for some reason you're excited about learning about this foot fetish manga, why not smack the like button? Now that probably has to be one of the most weirdest sentences I've said in entire 2020. So now you must be wondering, what is Ashigei Shoujo Komura-san is actually about? Well, the general premise is that we have our male lead, Tsukunaga, who one day encounters the new transfer student Komura-miraie, who is an acrobatist raised in a family of acrobatists and performs acrobats with, well, her feet. And the weird love story starts off when the MC and Komura fall down a set of stairs together, leading to the MC kissing, wait for it, Komura's big toe. The powers of ecchi and falling downstairs in these suggestive positions will always continue to surprise me. Now this situation leads to Komura proposing marriage to Tsukunaga, our male MC, as is a tradition in her family that, wait for it, if a man kisses the big toe of a lady, they shall get married. Now I don't know about you, but doesn't that just sound so romantic? I mean, screw courtship and dating and getting a ring and spending thousands of dollars on like a ring, just kiss their feet. And thus starts the awkward relationship with Komura trying her hardest to get the MC to fall in love with her and agree to the marriage, and with the MC just always in awe at how she uses her feet for literally everything she does in her life. And oh, I do mean everything in her life, from picking up her shoes to reading and writing to cleaning the floor and to even making food. Yeah, that is one part that is pretty gross to me, keeping in mind the fact that she is normally walking on these feet and uses her feet to give people feet handshakes. Now one thing I noticed while reading this manga is that no one in the manga, like in the world, notices how this whole situation is really weird. I mean, not even the MC thinks how weird this is. Rather than just actually stop to question her at how weird and sometimes disgusting it is, he just seems to be in amazement most of the time over her skills with her feet. You can definitely tell where his priorities are at. Oh, another really interesting fact about her feet is that it helps her express her feelings, as it starts to blush when she's blushing, sweat when she's sweating, and turn bright red and go ooh when she's embarrassed. This is what the world needed right now. Tsundere feet. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Oh, and you might wonder, can she actually use her hands like most normal people can? No, obviously she can't. I mean, this is a foot fetish manga. Obviously she can't be seen using her hands, because if she does use her hands, she gets something called hand sickness, which if you're not a feet person, I guess you don't understand like I did when I read it. But Komura kindly explains it like when she's forced to use her hands, she enters a drunk-like state and starts getting really fidgety. What, like, just how is that even possible, that using her hands lead to her getting drunk? But I have to say that it does lead to some pretty funny scenarios, which I won't spoil too much for you guys if you actually do plan on reading this manga. I still can't get over the fact that she uses her feet to cook her food, which she also foot feeds the MC the special bent which she cooked with her feet. I mean, I have to admit that's pretty impressive to chop and to cook food and to pack it all in a box using her feet, but that scene was really a mix of both adorable wholesomeness coupled with some gagging of how disgusting that is. Now I must say, apart from her feet, she does have some other things really going for her. I mean, if you're not into feet, she has some pretty thick thighs and a rather large chest, which by the way, they have the ability to juggle a football, which I guess is a rather nice fact to know. And also, may I ask, what the hell is that large ass bulge? Like, how tight are her tights on her? The manga does have some extremely well drawn feet. Well, I'm not so much of a feet guy myself, but I can tell that these are some pretty well drawn feet. And you can definitely see the main focus of this manga is on Komura, her feet, and her body due to the drastic differences in the way that the male MC is drawn and the way she's drawn. It's definitely intended to draw attention to her multiple assets. Though if you decide to actually start reading this manga, I'm guessing that most of you probably came into this with the intent to see that. Story-wise, from what I can tell after reading about 20 so chapters, there really isn't anything that great or significant about the story. It's pretty generic. The male lead is actually quite bland and boring and really has nothing about him that stands out or is appealing. He's just a generic male lead put in place so that the reader can feel more attached to the story on a more personal level, and that they themselves can feel more involved in the story, which we've seen used a lot in manga similar to this. And to be honest, I don't really mind, as I and you are most likely only really here for one thing, those feet. So I would probably just maybe, judge if you decide to use this manga for some dopamine inducing activities you do in your spare time. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this rather odd but quite frankly interesting foot fetish manga. It's the first time I've read something like this, but I feel like this may have somehow awakened something in me, which is both a very scary thought and a rather exciting one as well. If you enjoyed this video, why not smack that like button, as it seriously helps out a smaller channel like mine. Also, if you want to see more weird, ecchi or interesting manga like this, why not hit the subscribe button down below, cause oh boy, do I have some rather spicy ones coming up in the next few weeks. I've been Mr. Miraie guys, I hope you guys have a good one and I will see you guys in the next video.